Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're gonna have a little bit of fun with a double electric and a flyer. Let's see what we have. We're gonna be using Shadow Ampharos, Heliolisk, and Staraptor. We're gonna get an immediate back out because they were just straight up countered. There's exactly, I would do the same. All right, so we're gonna try to have some fun here. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Heliolisk has Breaking Swipe, as well as Bulldoze. Ampharos does have Brutal Swing and Trailblaze. Staraptor has Fly Close Combat. We have plenty of coverage here. Electric's only weak to ground. We have the Flyer. We also have Bulldoze on the Heliolisk, so I think we'll be okay. And we also have the Trailblaze. So let's see what we have going on here. And let's get into it. No Shadow Staraptor because I want to actually be able to take hits. Yeah, you know. Survive when somebody hits me with a not very effective move here. All right, so we're going to be seeing Decidueye. There you go, better. And Staraptor actually completely walls this thing now that I think about it, right? So Spirit Shackle is not doing anything because we're normal. They're swapping into their Greninja. We're going to go ahead and go for Fly so we can, you know, that was kind of, I was going to shield anyway. So why didn't I just go for the lower energy costing move, Close Combat? Makes no sense, but okay, we're doing that. They're shieldless, bringing in that Decidueye, and we're gonna go ahead and go for Fly, which is super effective, of course, to that Grass type, and Staraptor taking the win, and we're 3-balling that one. All right, let's keep it going here. I'm gonna have to say Heliolisk is wow, definitely good. Yeah, so good. Now, I should use it more. I don't use Ampharos because I don't know. I just do. It's just really good. But this one could be almost equally as good. A lot more expensive, that's for sure. All right, we're up against a Registeel. So they go for the Focus Blast, which is good. They're not lowering my attack, so this Bulldoze is actually going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Very good. And now we're going to go ahead and go for the Breaking Swipe here. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not very effective. And they're going to be able to survive it, and this is more than likely, yeah, going to KO because we're part normal. So we have 2 normal types, except for one is not going to be taking super effective because it's part flying. So we do have that going on, I guess, for whatever reason that we can use it. And we have the Cresselia Moonblasting me right away, holding on to 2 shields still. We've only got 1, letting that go because, well, we can't use that last shield yet. And we have the good old Staraptor in the back. Unfortunately, they're getting to their damn charge move here. Now they've used a shield, and we're going to go ahead and use one of ours, hitting me with the Grass Knot. We're going to try, I think we may try to catch a Grass Knot with the Staraptor. If we can, that would be absolutely amazing here. No catch. We're just going to get to the next Brutal Swing and take them out. Or they're going to shield it up. Now, obviously this is going to KO. Can the Staraptor finish this off for us? They immediately swap, bringing in their Glissopod, and, well, we resist Shadow Claw. They can hit us with Liquidation. Aerial Ace too. Okay, that works. All right. So we do need to be a little bit cautious here. So we're going to go ahead and build up a little bit more, go for the Fly, take them out, and then we can just go for the Close Combat to take out this Psychic type Cresselia. I mean, their health is so low, right? So we'll go ahead and take that win there, and we're looking good. This team did all right, okay? It was actually pretty fun. Next game, we're met with a Poliwrath here. Now, another reason why I wanted to do this is because a lot of times the Pokemon in the back is going to bring forth what they're super effective to up front. So playing this A, B, A kind of lineup can trick the algorithm, right? So let's have a little fun with that. All right, so this Ampharos is absolutely, did we swap it all? Oh my goodness, it's absolutely on a rampage, just sweeping them up over here. What's going on, Ampharos? Taking the spotlight. There's no specific one I don't think I'm going to be highlighting for this video. It's just all 3 of them doing what they need to do here as a unit. So we do have their own Ampharos here. We're going to bring in our own electric type because we do have Bulldoze, and obviously not bringing in freaking Staraptor to go up against this thing here. So getting to the Bulldoze, which should KO the Ampharos, I would believe, here at this range. All right. And they have a Poliwrath. We immediately swap into the Staraptor and get to the Fly. I will be shielding this up. Didn't need to, but we're going to go ahead and use that shield up anyways because who cares? This is not a matter of I use less shields. It's whoever wins the damn game, okay? Next one, what are we going to see here? Leading with Ampharos the entire time, and like I said, putting the thing in the back so we can pull it up in the front, all right? And it works. Not every time, but a good amount of times here. They swap into Regirock, so hitting me with a Focus Blast here. Now, we're going to build up to pretty much like, 100 energy there. Going for the Bulldozer, letting it go, getting to the Breaking Swipe here. I would suspect they're going to shield this up as they want to win that swap, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Focus Blast should be enough. I mean, we did lower the attack, but they hit me with a Stone Edge here. And I do believe this is actually going to be another Stone Edge. Okay. And we farm them down. All right, so we are shieldless, but we do have a good amount of energy, so we can pull this around. And they're bringing in an Escavalier. We do have Staraptor to handle that. The Heliolisk is going to take super effective damage, so we're definitely going to not want to bring that in. So it looks like having no shields at this point with the swaps that we do have is going to be working out great here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in that Staraptor, hitting me with an Aerial Ace, swapping into their Glissopod. I immediately swap back into the Ampharos here. And even if they take me out with their Glissopod up against my Ampharos, I will be able to farm them down. As a matter of fact, what I'm actually going to do is, I don't think I want to KO them. Yeah, I didn't throw that intentionally. That wasn't an accident or a screw up. I want to gain farm, so we're ready to go up against that Escavalier here. And yeah, they're going to get to a charge move. I mean, Liquidation's still not enough. Yeah, we're playing this one a little bit close, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. A win is a win. We knew what the calculations were, and we're taking it there. Next game, what are we going to see? Make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. All right, Buzzwole, this is horrible. Electric's neutral, but both of the charge moves that we have are not very effective, and we can't necessarily swap into Talonflame, or Talonflame, my bad, Staraptor. Swap into Staraptor because that's the only counter that we have. And we're weak to fighting with our Heliolisk, so we're just going to have to stay there. Unfortunately, that's how we're going to have to play this ABA line right about now. And they're swapping into a Gyarados, which I feel like in hindsight, throwing this fly was stupid, because I could have held on to that energy for something else. But all right, here we go. They would have been able to get to 2 Aqua Tails, maybe, and that would have still done a lot. Heliolisk does take a decent amount of damage here. Bringing back that Buzzwole, shielding up the Breaking Swipe. We get to another one, and they just wasted that shield here. Having a sip of coffee. And we do have a Registeel in the back. Now, what we're going to do is let the charge move go after we do hit him with the Bulldoze here. And this is going to be a little bit of a risk because the Staraptor is so low they could almost lock on down me. If I was running the Shadow, that's exactly what would have happened. And that's why, unfortunately, I just don't run it too much. Even though it is the Spice Sovereign, this game is just too bullshit when it comes to things like that. Like, I just can't do it, all right? Go Battle League's just too weird, all right? Damage is just too great even when you resist things. We have a great lead here up against the Greninja, and we have one more sip of this coffee here. It was an early start to the day. Probably the earliest I've gotten up all year. Alrighty. So we do have the Tapu Finn taking us out, bringing back our other electric type, and like, for crying out loud, we still have 2 shields left. So, what do we want to do? Okay, wow, they let that go. Okay, well, that's a wrap. I was going to say swap into Staraptor and just sacrifice it after this, but they let it go. We farm them down, they back out, and we take that win, and we're going to keep it going. Let's go. What are we going to see with the Ampharos? Muck. Okay, well, this is kind of like whatever. I mean, nothing on the team's really weak to it, so we'll just kind of play it out normal. Just going to go ahead and throw that Brutal Swing immediately here. No need to raise the attack. I go for Trailblaze once in a while. It's a very circumstantial situation because 1, you have to think about it costs a lot more energy, and 2, they could shield it up, and it's very annoying when that happens. So yeah, very circumstantial. If I need to do a little bit more damage with my quick move, then I will go for it. But say for instance, going up against this Glissopod, yeah, we can do more damage with the quick move, but we could have potentially gotten to another charge move here if they didn't want to farm up a little bit more. It's kind of forcing them to throw. All right, so bringing in the Staraptor here, getting to the fly before they throw their charge move here. Let's take them out because we just don't want to take any damage with this thing. And they've got a Poliwrath in the back, and we've also got the Heliolisk, but don't let it fool you because this Poliwrath can still hold it down here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swap into this thing. No electric charge moves, but that's okay. We're taking super effective from the counter here, and that Icy Wind is really not appreciated either. Going for the Breaking Swipe. I was worried. Well, no, I wasn't worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. But we will be shielding this up, even though we lowered their attack. A lot of people like to back out. They didn't, but a lot of people like to back out once they get your one shield if you're about to sweep them with two, or your last shield if you're about to beat them, because it's kind of like just some ego thing. Like, got your shield, and then they back out. It's like, you just still lost, and you used both of your shields too, so your point is mute. But it's okay, I'm petty like that too. Sometimes I don't do it as much because I'll just straight back out because I'm not trying to waste my time like that or anything like that. But if I'm in an annoyed mood, sometimes I'll just kind of like, give me your shields. This is a guaranteed loss for me anyway, but give me your shields, and all right, back out. So petty. All right, what do we have? Scrafty. We're gonna go for that trail, blazing it up, raising our attack and taking them out. They've got a Nidoqueen in the back. Gonna go ahead and go for the brutal swing attack raised, doing quite a bit of damage. And getting to the next one as they swap into their Jellicent. They're just gonna absorb this here while retreating with no health on their Nidoqueen with a ton of energy. Seems like a play I would do when I'm really blazed or something like that. But, you know, one of these situations where there's just nothing you can do. And you're just kind of trying to figure out something instead of just backing out. So props to them. Next game, we're going to be seeing a Dragonite. It's actually not a problem here for the Ampharos. Sometimes it depends on the lag, you know, you may be able to get it off first or whatever the case may be. Well, actually, does Dragonite throw first in this situation? May be. All right, so they're going to be retreating with no health on that Dragonite and bringing in a Muck. Now, yeah, I probably should have swapped, but that's okay. At least they're throwing here, which is good. Just an acid spray, but still they're wasting that energy. We do have the Heliolisk. We're obviously not going to be going for Bulldoze because there's no point. And they have no health. We just need a breaking swipe. So we'll let this acid spray go. And they're still holding on to 2 shields, building up a lot of energy, farming them down. Okay. We got to be on our toes here. They did lower our defense. They could take us out fairly quick with all this energy. Bringing in that Dragonite, immediately throwing the breaking swipe. There's no way they shield this up. They let it go. What's in the back? And we go for the Bulldoze here. It was a Drapion Shadow. I don't think they like that. They're going to be backing out in a second. All we have to do is farm them down. Quick move wise, we'll shield this. Oh, we'll let this go. Calling it. Good stuff. All right, let's keep it going here. We got a couple more battles for you, folks. And that's a good lead. Pidgeot, love to see it. Do believe they actually stay here and put up a fight. Now, a lot of these situations could be like we were seeing earlier. They're running an A-B-A line. And if they swap, they're screwed, right? Because, yeah, there's something else weak to something that the electric. Maybe. We'll see what happens here. So, Pidgeot, Steelix. Okay, so they could have went into this. But we would have bring in the Heliolisk here for sure. Now, they lowered my attack with that start with the Pidgeot. Now, we're bringing it back up to neutral. All right, we're back to neutral here. Getting to the breaking swipe, which is going to do a decent amount. We're going to bring him into the yellow here. Or we're going to get a shield out of him. Okay, that works too. Now, this damn thing has a lot of energy. Son of a gun. We're going to let this go. It is a crunch. And I do believe we'll be shielding up the next one here just so we can maintain some health on this thing. We don't want to get Dragon Tail down by this Steelix. Farm up a little bit more energy before we do debuff ourselves. Let's see if they want to use that last shield here. Letting it go. And the last Pokemon is going to be a Tentacruel. So we do have this electric type. First off, we're going to go ahead and lower the attack. We could have went for the Bulldoze, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. The Staraptor is still pretty healthy. We're going to shield this up, shielding up the Scald correctly. And yeah, this is a wrap. After we lower their attack by 2 stages, there's nothing that they can do. Quite literally, there's nothing. Even if they had 10 shields, it still doesn't matter. There you have it, folks. Double Electric and Staraptor. Pretty fun in the Ultra League. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!